at his place, Manda. And then me the one me yemu share me no I'm not sure if follow me for me be a mini pen me who say was send a pornography video to that same girl he's saying he has nothing to do with.
Wow. Hello, loves. I welcome you to the A.N Show. On this show, we have real conversation. We try to advise and help you find clarity for whatever problem or question you have. We have our dear sister on the line, and we are going to talk to her this morning. Sweetheart, welcome to the A.N Show.
Good morning and thank you so much.
Good morning, my dear. Please, how can we
Okay,
help
so
you?
all right, so I've been dating a guy for 4 years now.
Okay.
And then through the 4 years it hasn't been easy.
Hmm.
We've been having issues, especially with the ex.
Okay.
And then through prayers and then talking, we've sorted that issue.
Okay.
So hopefully this year we had wanted to marry. That was in November, but because of one or two issues, we could wanted it to go. So I think from July, I realized that he has saved a new contact on his phone,
Mm-hmm.
and then the number calls frequently. He calls him almost every day.
Mm.
So it got to a time. I was really feeling uncomfortable. So I asked about it, and he said, "Oh, what am I down for?" And I'm saying, so what kind of friendship now? He calls you all times
Mm-hmm.
because I also have male friends who calls me, and I have set boundaries that there are times after 10 you can't call me
Exactly.
because after 10 I don't know what we have to talk about us at that time.
Yeah.
And I mean you issue yes, so why would you? So I was expecting him to do same. But since July, this number keeps calling, and whenever I'm around, he never picks the call. But
Okay.
anytime I'm not around, he picks the call and talks with the person. So recently, I had the opportunity to go through his phone, even when you said it's not a good idea. I had wanted to know what exactly is going on because
Yeah.
it was becoming unbecoming. And this is somebody we are planning to marry. So assuming that if we had married in November,
Mm-hmm.
so this is what I was going to go through because it was frustrating.
Okay.
Madam Mintuminda. So when I picked the phone, I went through the phone and I saw conversations. He has a key, and that key, no, anytime the memo that key, I feel really weird about that key.
Okay.
So I asked him about the key, and he said the key is for the boss. And I'm
Okay.
saying no. Whenever because I've been praying about our relationship a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and anytime I pray about it, that's key kono bitano. Whenever I see it, I feel comfortable about it.
Okay.
So I keep asking. He says no, and the boss key. So one time I went through the phone and I saw the conversation between another lady,
Mm.
and I saw that in the message, I saw that he told the lady to lock the door and that when he's coming, he will come with his key.
Okay.
I asked, I asked about it, and then he got angry that why did I go through his phone? He had told me not to go through his phone, and that I'm overreacting. He doesn't have any key, blah blah blah. And then we started that issue. Recently, I was at his place, Manda, and then me the one me yemu share no I'm not sure if I follow me be a mini pen who say was send a pornography video to that same girl he's saying he has nothing to do with.
Wow.
So I was very angry, honestly. We both were because this is not the time to calm down at all. I was very angry and maybe something. How dare you do that? Because a lady you are saying you have nothing to do with. Because I've been with you for 4 years, you have never sent me such things. So how come you have sent and you cannot tell me that you have nothing to do with the person I was sending the porn. It doesn't make sense. And yes, so he's still insisting that it doesn't have anything to do with the lady. I'm saying, oh wow. Honestly, I didn't want to. I didn't. I was very upset. We both were pan and I made trust. So that night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. Now I'm even confused. Our time is nearer, and then he keeps misbehaving. I don't understand. She said, I'm like, yeah, but you won't come and say, I said, our time is since that girl with Papi, we are always arguing.
When
We are
when are you
always
supposed
arguing.
to when are you supposed to have the wedding?
Next year, February,
Wow. So
early
about two
next year.
months away.
Yes. And you go out, and then you don't come home. When we started the relationship, it's fresh, Never do a home, oh, Jaina.
Okay.
Standing, but I say, Baba, worry. I feel up here. You don't come home. And oh, Bichana, he went out with a friend. I'm saying, young man, you need to be responsible because you see, I know, oh, why make a decision say you want to marry? And then when you want to marry, there's certain things you don't do it anymore. You stop doing it and now you started doing it. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And the most annoying part is when you talk about it, he won't mind you. He won't talk. He'll just walk away and leave you. And so you see, I'm not using because all the money that we are using to prepare for the is with me. He gives me the money. Still never yeah, me the bed cheer for. I see me your buying into me na me me am pay. So
Okay.
the money now I feel like I should run away with the money and leave him. Or banana or then
Okay. No.
no. Yes. Because me mom said to me mama papa ni hono.
Yeah.
Nti no me pese oba tete me. So
Mm.
instead ono no pa, then go and give it. And I'm so for chicken no me bra. And I mean my father that compensation for go me bra. Because it's really getting on my nerves. It's frustrating.
Okay.
It's
So,
frustrating. I don't
in
know what to do.
preparation for the wedding, have you started something like premarital counseling or anything?
Yes, we have. We have started counseling for year, but sometimes on ba any idea and I pass as a cast because of a young bunny idea, Bana one bunny now, yet the best shame.
Okay.
The question. Sometimes when
Okay.
he lies to me, I feel he's lying. I feel I think he has been taking my prayer away for his first time. I told him that because I think yesterday before I sent you the video,
Mm-hmm.
no one should know. So he came to call me because I've been praying on. He said me, you won't have faith. So he came to call me that and Ocean and Africa do a Juban and Africa near so for an African they are suddenly to the name say we've been fighting since we started this month. So you've been fighting. How did you tell him what you've been doing? How can you be sending one down for bad porn? Make always saying, so because you're in a relationship, you can't send a porn to a lady.
Oh,
How can you
come
say that?
on.
Then they say, and
Come on, you see,
he doesn't even know what
if
he's
he
doing.
sent the porn in isolation, like you haven't seen any conversation between them, you haven't seen this key thing, I'm not sure that the porn alone would have raised
Yeah,
much concern. You see, there is always a
yeah,
remote cause and an immediate cause.
yeah.
But my dear, one thing you have to know is that people don't change. They will
Hmm.
try to do something at a particular time. For instance, because he's trying to win you to agree to marry him, some of the things you've told him, he knows that you are not comfortable with. Obijai Kakrati said they all can say right from the start.
Yeah,
There were things he was doing, but he stopped
yeah.
because he maybe he loves you and he wants you to be the woman that he would do life with. But the probability that after this marriage, when you marry, he's going to continue is very high.
Hmm.
I don't want you to raise your expectation and say that, oh, I thought because we are not married, when we marry, he will change. No. You see, this fight that you started fighting,
Yeah,
the fact that you are complaining, the fact that you are talking about it, if you want, complain, talk, fight, nag, whatever. Till he decides to change, he won't.
hmm.
Till he sits down and decide, oh, now I'm about getting married. Now I'm going to say a vow. Now let me try as much as possible to stick to this woman that I have decided to do life with. He has to make that decision for himself. And so
Yeah.
whatever it is, if they've Nyame started preparing like he has given you a trailer of how the whole marriage thing is going to be. Believe you me. Yeah. Yama wehu trailer no say usai say yeah movie na yama a glimpse of what is in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That is what you are seeing now. In reality, the man that you are going to marry. So you said something that he has not been coming home. Are you guys living together?
No, we don't live together. We live in the same area.
Okay,
And
okay.
then anytime be a never fear, remember when he's going out, he will tell you that I'm going out.
Mm-hmm.
But when you won't come back, you won't tell me you won't come back home.
Mm. So the question is that
Huh?
where does he spend the night?
Where does he spend the
So
night?
clearly there's another lady in the picture.
Yes,
And you have
and
less than three
still
months to marry.
less than 3 months.
And you are still entertaining
He's
another
still
lady.
saying that there's no other lady, and that he go. I know that the friends on your they like outing a lot, but some are married. There's no way they will go and sleep outside.
Like, where do they
And
even sleep?
anytime, where, no, we are in Tema. And
Where
then
do
he
they
goes
where
to
do they
Accra.
even sleep? Like how? So let's give
And
him the
then,
benefit of the doubt. Let's say that he doesn't sleep anyway. He just having fun. But in everything there should be a limit. And the question is that,
yeah.
so let's say you are married and then your husband tells you, oh, I'm going out with my friends to have fun. And then he comes home the following day. How are you going to handle it?
Hmm.
So it means that always you are going to argue. So it's either you if he you said that he has already told someone that you guys are always fighting.
Yes, he said for some time now he's feeling uncomfortable because we are always fighting.
Yes.
Yeah, always so he discussed with a friend and a friend told him that "Oh, but yeah, that's how it is, so we should pray. And I'm so we should pray. No, maybe you go out, you don't come back home. So how are you praying? You should be home because that's the time to pray.
He's
We are
feeling
talking about prayer, not
uncomfortable
to go home.
because he doesn't want you to be initially. Were you complaining about some of these things while you were in the relationship? Were you complaining about some of these things?
Yes, please. I was.
Because mostly, I always say that sometimes we train men how we want them to treat us. Sometimes at the initial stage of the relationship, he will go and he come around 12 and you go like, oh, and he was having fun with his friends. And then me, as for my woman, even if I come around 12, she doesn't have problem with that. Then the next time it will go to 1.
Hmm.
You get it?
I always complain. Yes, I always complain. I have made them in, yeah, been tolerating it. The
And
more you talk about, the more he
and the more you
doesn't
talk
do it.
about, the more he will tag you as a nagging woman, a complaining woman, opekasa. Bibiani and now it's kasa kasa, bibi opekasa, okra opekasa dodo.
Mm-hmm.
You get it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say is
Yes.
that I don't know if he has an accountable person, someone that he
Okay.
listens to, offering a name.
Yeah.
You get it. You go to the
That's
person
true.
and tell the person that if this thing continues, you would be forced to hold on with the marriage because this is not the kind of marriage you want to have.
At all.
This is not the kind of marriage you want to have. And when you go in because you see, if you decide to go in, you can't complain because you saw everything and you still decided to go in. As for running
Yes.
away with the money there, I wouldn't advise. But then, how
Last time
about
I called my
find
brain. No,
yes.
Uncle Pa. Yeah, on the airship with pornography. Uncle Pa, no more. Uncle Pa, pretty careful for no
Yeah,
call.
but you see, it can be that there is something between them. If, like as I said, if we are holding the pornography in isolation, and then people randomly will tell people, especially on Telegram groups and other things, oh, if you have something like that, send it to me. You get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Like clearly there's nothing going on between them, but maybe the person feels comfortable sharing that with the person, which is absolutely
Because that's
wrong.
what he told me. That's what he told me because he told me the girl likes those things. That's what he also girl need person, man. It's now or send it, no.
Exactly, which is absolutely wrong. But
Very
whatever
wrong.
it is, get an accountable person. The fact that he goes out and doesn't come home, the fact that you feel he's having an affair with that person, and all those things, and tell him that if you don't see changes, you would be forced to hold on with the marriage for now. And then because the fact that you were even able to do it in November, and so why didn't you do it in November? What happened?
We didn't do it in November because the room we rented, if you want on that last minute to our date, you know, saying, and then amount not the money, you know, or share, you know, a boy have to do so, or the of us for the service account. Which at
Okay.
that time we didn't have that. So now we need to go and get another room.
Okay. All
So
right.
then we had to, yes, because the family said that, oh, we can come and be in the family house. Yeah, yes, we are near Copeta. Why she are near because I saw that it was a trap. They would say, why she are not family house? Oh.
Okay. That was a very good decision you made. That was a very good decision you made. So have that conversation with him, have an accountable person and sit down with him again. Because the reason why I asked about counseling was that during counseling, we have something we call separate sessions. So we talk to you
Okay.
separately and we talk to him separately and we find out if you have anything you would want to discuss. Then we bring both of you together again. But clearly, He didn't even avail himself for all those sections. And then
he no Oba, but every last Sunday of the month he goes to work.
okay,
So
okay,
every last Sunday of the month he's not always
available.
available.
Okay. So have that conversation with him. But finally, if you decide to go into the marriage, my dear, I won't lie to you. Some of these things, as he has started showing you, he would. 5 years along the line, 10 years along the line, he would. So that is a decision that you have to make. But if you decide to go in, then you have to manage your expectations and see that, yes, and accept
Because
that.
he said that
Uh-huh.
um after I should leave him after marriage. You never go home to me.
My dear, believe you me, he would. Obey. Obey. Obey.
Hmm.
Market. So he decides. You see, some people, some of the guys marry and they still want to behave as if they are single. He will decide, he will make the decision that this thing I am not going to do again. We hope that he won't, but if he does, just know that like you've seen the signs, you see there are some signs that you say, oh, this one is red flag, these ones are yellow flags. As you and I are talking now, we want to give him the benefits of the doubt. We can't say 100% that he's having an affair, but I can say that he has upper boys may pia kotna he nijies anyomano. And a person like that, a very hardly sober warrior will be decided and like matine fee for a week or month, matine fee. Yeah. So
But
he finally
he
decided to
started
go.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
He started relationship. Eh, before he will even come and propose to me, he goes out. Eish. But when we started, I go be giant. Go be giant. Uncle and the friends were laughing at him. Say, a relationship partner.
Uh-huh.
You always do now. You
So
always
it also has to do with his circle of friends. Because more area, a bit to me about for the first 1 year, 2 years, obey. But his friends will go like, a worry idea. I don't want to worry. Masa, let's go out small. Why? Why you always? And then a person who is an outgoing type, ọtena fie kakra ɛbɛfono no.
Okay.
Ọtena fie kakra ɛbɛfono and you go like, oh, Charlie, many guys they check here, they were how about. And no ɔbɛkɔ no ɔbɛba 12-1. So you have to know that this is what you are getting yourself into. But have an accountable person or be offering or sit down with him and have a conversation with him and tell him that if he really wants to do this, you are not saying that he shouldn't have female friends, but he should have his boundaries.
Yeah.
You are not saying he shouldn't go out with his friends, but he should have boundaries. He should know that be time way there. Aside the fact that it even has to do with your relationship and your marriage, it's not safe for you out there. Because 2 a.m. you are out. As your girlfriend, I can't even sleep because I'm worried about you.
You won't pick up.
I'm calling you are not picking up. And now and Chena, I'm Robert's near there treat you single for see. So it's not safe out there. What at all are you looking for out there?
So are you looking for?
So you talk to him and then we hope that he would make a decision to put a stop to some of these things. But whatever it is, dear, I think yeah both free show kakra ewa worry. As you are going in, you have to know that these are some of the things that are going to come up.
And the problem is, your counselor is not for your mother. Or for your mother. So the beginning now, you who complain to your man. After no, he will react in front of them.
Yeah.
The few honor yeah, money. And I'm disgracing him. Why did I do that? I'm supposed to carry on matter. Oh, yeah, Bonnie and me, I won't cover up for you because at the end of the day, I'll be the one to suffer. If I keep covering for you, that's the win, Jaya.
Yes, because me cover ma na ujaya.
Yes. I see me disgracing no.
You can
He
also
doesn't react in front of them, but
you can also decide to have a one-on-one conversation with him without you being angry. You are not complaining. But maybe you go out with him, maybe to the beach or somewhere, you sit down with him and have a hard talk with him. and tell him, you know that I don't have anybody. So you are my father, my mother, till we have kids, then they become part of us. So if these things have to continue, I'm sorry, I would have to hold on with the marriage because I am not comfortable with it. Talk to him about that and let's see his reaction.
I think I think the last time I spoke to him and I told him that I don't know, you know, my mom and dad are not there. Or seeing me, I'm emotionally blackmailing. Or seeing me because he's a very emotional person. That one day I know. Or you like or you know, I am a cancer or seeing maybe I'm emotionally blackmailing him.
Aside these things,
It's not like you.
does he treat you well? Does he respect you? Does he treat you well?
Oh, auntie, I'm not going to Jamaica. I start from Nancy, dear was starting. He said that who problem be because he's good. And sometimes my daddy would say that somebody, some people are good, but not all of them are good for you.
And then
He's good. Because he's good. When my daddy died, he was there. When my mom died, he was just good to me.
So it's like who say or how they also have a way of making themselves happy. I say maybe me kwa bontina me na for hanging out and manage. So in a way you can tell him that it's not like you don't want him to have fun or something because you see this temperament thing we have the outgoing people, you have the in-house people. For instance, maybe I won't pay PPA, okay, but or no pay PPA. Exactly. It's now you want him to behave as you would. But or better try, but
not as I would, but
at least on it in your muscle.
At least yes. By now, dear, you should not. Oh, no, man. It's a trust so.
Yeah.
Trust so. Remember any problem? No, because.
Or how many years?
You even. Oh, I mean, when you're 35.
35.
Oh,
what can anyone so proud?
For the fact that you can give your money to me, because initially when I'm already, they don't hear me just a copy, but all the sick. That also not in he gives me money to put down for the rent. He's not even afraid I run away with it.
He trusts you and he knows that whatever Charlie or your wife material.
But I haven't just here. It's no alone the cramp. I'm impressed with it because he could bring me piano dynamic. You wait for it. He can't mention my bra. He's not even never go on, but now singing was by now was starting.
And no problem. Where won't you mean into you know?
No, so maybe in the salon because when you say they call logger, he doesn't really call the lady.
Lady in a friend.
Lady no. He can't take you. I'm gonna make a show. Lady not that or no. When most of the course I go to the call of the lady in a friend. Lady in a friend. They get to a mess. Friend. Lady in a friend. They be it's in the only says I'm much chance I can the lady.
Yes. And who say a member be your how. Say oba almost Ebiana he's not interested, but everything say be being an cultural lady and say I can't do this because I say yes.
Oh no, the thing I make sure no, he's just like the mom. Ne mommy is hardly for the mom to obey it. No mommy should buy. Now you kill himself and go and get it for you. No bread. That's how you know. And then I think say, oh no, you come. Oh no, you come. You cook comes like come first when I say, young cook on the man because he is come, but I am not come. For him to say no, it's a problem.
And
but it's a bad so you shouldn't think if it will affect you or bound, then you should be able to say no because it doesn't. Yeah,
and every time be an hour come too. And let the beer now better say. Every time be when he expects you to talk, don't talk. I say I now expect so mommy bebo. Now mommy say in any amount. Sometimes you see such strategy in near shady. What I say? Sometimes you see strategy in it's in a shade and fan pie work across so can we be an lady no? Why not just so be an hour no chess and basso, but I no cry it.
And love Bobby Obwa.
And I want to know social sister. Areas you won't get 100% in any person. Nipa bia e won nan so. Okay. Say enye se oye massive. Na we know if you ubetimi eyi wani kakra to be able to manage him you do.
Okay.
But area says no bia na nakoma ene nsema ubetimi asoso so. Obi o ha fa no like chali say no. Into weigh your heart, weigh your mind, weigh the positive and the negative. What you say? So you una 80-20, I'll tell you to go. Go for it, but manage your expectations. Me pacho what you say? Okay. Do you have any other question?
No.
All right. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the chat.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm also grateful.
Thank you, my dear. You're welcome. So we talk later. I'm glad we could help. I'm glad. All right. Please come again.
I'm glad to have you. I'm happy. I said following you a lot, and I'm glad to have you.
Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
With our sister. If you want to be on the show, please send me a WhatsApp message on 02037104333. 02037104333. Tell me I want to be on the A.N Show and we'll take it from there. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that and share my channel to your family and friends to also benefit from this show. Thank you once again. I'll definitely see you in the next video. But remember that the goal is to love yourself first. Cheers.